I am Professor D. Chinnappa from Usmani University, which is the sixth largest university in India and the seventh oldest university in India. And it is having more than 2,000 affiliated colleges. It is having 400 in Hyderabad degree colleges as well as constituent colleges. I am a faculty of commerce and I am acting as a dean for some of the Telangana state universities. Presently I am a professor of commerce in Usmani University. Then I would like to put up the ball like in this mode in the given 5 minutes only. How the Telangana education system is then, how it is a new education policy is going to be implemented. The third one is as the Hans India made it as a session, make it as a vocational education, transforming into the skill-based education, then driving towards to the entrepreneurship. Having said that, I would like to speak about the Telangana education system, particularly pertaining to the higher education system, which are offering the undergraduate courses as well as to the postgraduate and research in various faculties. Sir, as we know that this is the higher education is coming under the concurrent list. Some of the implementation part might be taken by the state government. Guidelines, rules and regulations formulated and circulated by the central government. In this format, new education policy has come up in the year of the 2020. But even today, the Telangana government has not implemented. Still, we are under the discussion stage. Really, we have to thank the Hans India to bringing us all into the one platform to talk about the pros and cons and how it is going to be impact, and particularly learning to the undergraduate students from to the social science, commerce and engineering students. Then, the Telangana government higher education adopted the choice-based credit system as my earlier speakers spoke about it. Under the choice-based credit system, for the BSc students can also opt to the 75 other subjects. He may be opting about yoga, you may be opting about to the environmental studies, population studies, rural studies. Basically, he is a chemistry student, but he can opt to the history and physics and chemistry also. Similarly, when the commerce students also, he can opt about to the sociology, political science, public administration, economics, and the chemistry, mathematics. And this is the status in 2012 onwards. The Telangana government has been implementing the choice-based credit system within 75 subjects, apart from to the basic course. And very recently, the Telangana government has come up with the bucket system also. Earlier, there was a system for some of the papers only they can choose it. Under the bucket system, which was introduced by the Telangana government in 2018 through the Telangana State Council for Higher Education, under the bucket system also, for example, BCom course, whatever the structure we have, universities have, that should not be opted by the students. Student's choice. How many should be there? 2 languages and 4 optional papers. Those 4 optional papers he can opt from to the given the bucket system. The bucket system means it includes all subjects. Fine. Now, again, they are looking towards to the education system should be the KG to PG free education. In this format, the Telangana government introduced about the Gurukulas, that could be called as a residential schools to colleges and postgraduate colleges, where the students being admitted totally free from to the LKG to the post-graduation. Now, this is the background of the Telangana higher education system. Based upon this background, now looking about to the enrollment ratio, that could be called as the gross enrollment ratio in higher education has tremendously increased. And surprisingly, I can tell you that the 74% of the girls are coming to the higher education. Earlier, it was quite reverse. Now, even Usmani University has also converted the boys' hostel, boys' college into girls' hostels because of the government initiatives. Then, coming to the new education policy, which has not yet, it has to come. We are the part of the Union Government of India, Federal Government of India. When the Government of India imposes Definitely the 3 years degree is going to become as a 4 years degree, as my earlier speaker spoke about it. After the 4th year, the students can directly take the admission into the PhD. They need not to go for to any post-graduation courses. Like in our simple language, it can be called as a integrated undergraduate courses. Number one. Number two is, all private colleges are permitted to go for to the 4-year degree courses, and they can also be given as a research centers. They can also take the admission into the PhDs. Great tremendous changes are taking place in higher education. Again, as my earlier speaker, who is a coordinator for AICT, mentioned that like all conditions, flexibility, affordability, outcome-based and portability, almost all, except not adopting the National Education Policy 2020, the Telangana government is on par with the education policy, is adopting to the almost all same. If it comes only the government will is there to implement into the Telangana state. Then now,
Professor
this is about the...
Kindly conclude.
Thank you, sir. Then 1 minute, sir, please, sir. Then looking about the, for example, as you mentioned that vocational courses, particularly being a commerce professor, management professor, what we are doing at university stages, university level, we are teaching the basic common core subjects, because of this would be very, very core in common subjects, and they should learn the minimum fundamentals into the basic subjects. Then we are introducing about the add-on courses. Suppose college runs in the morning, in the afternoon, they can opt to the add-on courses. Again, for the add-on courses also, we offer the vocational courses at university level. They can take it, they can opt it. Who wants it, they can opt about to the add-on courses. Then when the add-on courses under to the vocational mode, when we are adopted, now the order of the day is the order of the India is killing India, digitalization India, and making in India. In this concept, we have introduced certain labs also, commerce labs. I have seen this slide. Sivasivan Institute has come up with certain slide. They mentioned that national stock exchanges. Similarly, same labs we are forcing to introduce it at all the degree colleges. Students they can learn on to the hand on the training, how they can trade into the stock exchanges. So, for example only, sir, only one example I would like to quote it. Likewise, this we started to the giving the training to the students also. Then I should really appreciate the government of Delhi. You might have known that some professors are from Delhi also. In the Delhi government introduced that at the students at the schooling level itself who are studying at 8th, 9th and 10th, for each and every student, the government is contributing 2,000 rupees. Suppose 5 students are coming together, 10,000 they can put it, they can make how they can make it some of the ventures. That could be make it as how they can make it as a entrepreneurs. For example, the newspaper also quoted that those 5 students, they borrowed some millets from their grandma, they brought and they put up in front of the school, they sold it, by end of the month they earned about more than 20,000 rupees. So entrepreneurship is also going to develop. It is only the thing is that the government will and institutional will take up. Definitely the India is going to be transforming. India is going to produce the skill based, make in India and digital India and entrepreneur India. It is going to be happening in near future.